I can't get Atmos to work. Atmos is not working. So to eliminate any variables, I don't have any inputs plugged in at all. I've got the speaker configuration set to the lowest it can go, which is 2.1 channels. I've got more than that, but for now I'm just going to leave it at 2.1 to make it as simple as possible, and so I don't have people saying, well, you should have set it lower. Speaker virtualizer is set to on. So now if I cycle through the different modes that you can select, that's Dolby Surround. Dolby Surround 2.1, DTS, Theater Dimensional, Direct, Mono, and back to Dolby Surround 2.1. None of those are Atmos. Dolby Surround is something that's completely different or significantly different from Atmos. There's the Dolby Surround 2.1 entry. There's the Atmos 2.1 entry. Again, on a different page, this is page 151 of the manual, we've got Atmos 2.1. We've got Dolby Surround 2.1. They are completely different things. This is page 153 of the manual. We have a different column for Atmos and one for Dolby Surround. Page 154 of the manual. We have multi-channel signal output. Atmos is a different category from the other ones. Atmos is an input format. Theater Dimensional is a listening mode. So you can have Theater Dimensional as a listening mode within Atmos, but Theater Dimensional, when I was cycling through the menu, is, as far as I can tell, it's a different thing from Atmos. Maybe Theater Dimensional is the Atmos, and it's just not saying Atmos Theater Dimensional. On page 157 and 158 of the manual, we've got Atmos as a separate category from Dolby Surround. So I don't know what settings I need to change in order to be able to turn this thing to Atmos. It should not be dependent on the input. It should be, because what's going to happen is I'm going to plug an input into this and everybody's going to be blaming the input instead of just going, hey, there's something that's native to this that I need to change, or maybe that I've messed up, or maybe that the thing is has by default been messed up, or by design, or something's going on with just the player AV receiver itself and has nothing to do with the player. So what I'm trying to figure out is, what do I need to change on this, or what needs to happen in order for Atmos to show up somewhere in the settings here, either in the quick access menu or in the full setup. I have every app associated with this thing downloaded. I have tried accessing it through the network settings. If you go to just the URL for this thing, you can see the network settings of it, but that's all it does. I've got Play-Fi. I've got Alexa set up to it. I've got the DTX and the Dolby thing. I've got all of those things downloaded. None of those have anything to do, describe explicitly what you can do to set this to Atmos. I've also updated the firmware to the latest one as of, December 26th, and it still doesn't have anything described for what you need to do to get Atmos working.